What's up, everybody? It's your friend Bobby here with ThunderMax Tech Support. Today we have another good friend of ours, Andrew with Second Strike. We have his bike in here, and we were doing an install of some parts for him, and we come across something that we think will help you at home when installing an ECM and having runnability issues. So stick around. We'll go over exactly what that is and how to take care of it. Alright, so like I was saying, our friend Andrew with Second Strike, he brought his bike up here. We were putting some parts on it. We got the ThunderMax ECM put on, got a map loaded into it, fired it up, and right off the bat, we noticed it wasn't running just right. So pretty quickly, by looking at our data and just observing how the bike was behaving, we come to the conclusion that it had an air leak. Now, he did ride his bike in here with this factory ECM, so you're probably wondering, well, if he rode his bike there with an air leak, how come it's not running right now? And what we're going to do here in just a minute is go over specifically what we were seeing and why it would run with the factory ECM and not with the ThunderMax ECM. So here we are with the bike with the factory ECM on it. We're going to crank it up and show you what we're talking about. Runs fine. Got the brake clean. Noticeable change in RPM. So as you saw, we obviously have an air leak. When I sprayed that carbon choke cleaner up in the intake, you could see and visibly see and hear the RPMs drop and change. So what we're going to do now is we're going to remove this factory ECM and we're going to install the ThunderMax ECM. All right, so now we've got our ThunderMax ECM in, and we're going to crank the bike up again, just like we did with the factory ECM, and show you how it behaves. Now, she's struggling to stay alive right now. So we definitely have an air leak. Alright, so if you can, just kind of pay attention to this rear AFR here. You'll see it trying to come into our target AFR. Our front's not doing too bad, but our rear seems to be really struggling. So seeing that right there where it kind of leans out, goes up to 13, that's how we can pretty much guarantee that we've got an air leak somewhere. And eventually, once the engine gets up to head temp, up to 180 degrees, you'll start seeing these corrections down here in your fuel flow tables, as well as if you go to your air-fuel ratio curves and click on AFR correction versus engine temp, you'll see these little tails right here start coming up, and they never come back down. That's a clear indication of an intake leak. That's the fastest way to see it. Even if you're doubting your AFRs, if you go to this tuning map over here and see these tails, see how this correction is rising? That's a clear indication. All right, so as you just saw, the bike ran fine with the factory ECM on there. When we installed the ThunderMax ECM on there, it was stumbling and we had to give it a little gas to keep it running. Now, the reason that's happening is the factory ECM, it operates on speed density. It measures the air coming into the engine. The ThunderMax ECM operates on alpha N, so it's tuning based off of the AFRs, the oxygen and the fuel that it's reading on those O2 sensors, the wideband O2 sensors that come with the kit. So when we're monitoring our gauges here, we could see that the AFRs weren't quite right and that there was an intake leak apparent. That and the obvious running conditions, just from being around these bikes so long, you know that's an intake leak. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this plastic intake manifold off of here that's probably done got hot, warped, possibly cracked, and we're gonna replace it with the metal intake manifold. So stick around. So we're about to pull this factory intake manifold out here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. From the factory, these intake manifolds are plastic, and it's trapped between these two cylinders that are getting, you know, over 250, 300 degrees hot. So that what will happen is these things will warp, and then they'll no longer seal up against the head there. So that's a pretty common intake leak spot. All right, so we're gonna look again here at our AFRs once they start registering. We'll be able to see that the AFRs are coming in nice and neat. We'll go back to that air-fuel ratio curve page, show you what that looks like. So right now we've got a target of 12.41. Our AFRs are all over it, looking pretty good. We're gonna go to the air-fuel ratio curve page. AFR correction versus engine temp, and now you'll notice that we are no longer getting that little upward tail correction. So now looks like the intake leak's fixed. He's good to go. I believe he's ripping to Florida tomorrow, so it'll be a nice little test out for the ECM, the pipe, the air cleaner, and the oil cooler fan that we got installed for him today. Appreciate you sticking around and watching the video. As always, if you have any questions, you can reach us at ThunderMax Tech Support.